Hey, everybody. I pray that you are finding wholeness in Jesus as you work through spiritual practices this week. I want to talk to you for a minute about our plans to move forward as churches through these challenging times. Our state has begun to reopen over the past couple of weeks, and many people have asked me when we're going to begin to come back together and worship in person. Some have asked with great eagerness to get back to normal, and some have asked with concern over their health and well-being and the well-being of others. At this time, there is no government law or directive preventing us from coming back to worship. But I'm reminded of what Paul wrote to the church in Corinth. He said that everything is permitted, but not everything is beneficial. Everything is permitted, but everything doesn't build others up. No one should look out for their own advantage, but should look out for each other. The question of when and how we come back to worship is not one that I've taken lightly. I've been in many conversations with other Methodist pastors as we have prayerfully wrestled with the desire to reopen our churches and come back together and worship, and also our desire to keep people safe from harm. Our bishop and conference leaders have also grappled with these questions as they have written guidelines for us to follow so that we can begin to reopen our churches safely. With these guidelines in mind, the Calumet and Red Rock Church boards have met and determined next steps forward in our path through this pandemic. The Red Rock board has decided to take a path of caution. Red Rock will continue to live stream worship through Facebook and YouTube throughout July and will resume in-person worship hopefully in August. The Calumet board has decided to resume in-person worship on June 14th while taking the precautions outlined by our conference leadership to limit the risk of getting each other sick. Only the sanctuary and the bathrooms will be in use, and they will be sanitized each week. There will be hand sanitizing station at the sanctuary entrance. Everyone will be asked to wear a mask, and social distancing measures will be taken. No in-person youth or children's programs will be taking place at this time. It will be different, but different is not necessarily bad. In this case, different is the good and necessary way we show love to one another by protecting each other from a harmful illness that we may have without even knowing it. Both paths are good, and this gives us an opportunity to allow everyone to choose whether they want to worship in person or online, to choose what they're comfortable with. I am proud of the way both churches have been willing to adapt and stay connected during this difficult time. I am proud of each church's leadership for taking the time and effort to stay informed and prayerfully discern the needs of their congregation and decide on a path forward. And I am proud of you for staying connected with us and continuing to worship with us and to support us with your prayers and your presence and your offerings. I pray that as you choose your path forward through this time, that God's peace will be with you and blessing will be upon you. I invite you to join us over the next few weeks at 10 a.m. on Sundays for a worship live stream on Facebook, or you can join us anytime on YouTube. Blessings and peace be with you.